Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Edna. Today I'm gonna be giving you guys like short little story times because I just want to provide some entertainment for a little bit, you know, because I know there's a lot going on for all of us and just in the world también in general. So yeah, let's get started. Let's talk about some embarrassing dating stories because I'm finally feeling like I want to get back out there. I actually recently just shot my shot with someone because, you know, shoot or shoot. So the first embarrassing story is, I think I've talked about that I did long distance for someone with a little bit and he moved to Ohio. Well, this is with the Potato Town guy. We're still good friends, so I don't want to be rude. This was embarrassing on my part. It's like a two-part thing. So he actually did one of the most romantic things ever that anyone's ever done for me. He flew me out to visit him, right? So he bought me a flight and he was actually visiting family in San Diego, which isn't like, I guess it's far. He was actually visiting family in San Diego a few days before my flight. And he told me, like, I think I flew out on a Saturday. He told me that he had flown back on Thursday to like clean and prepare and whatnot. Well, guess what? He actually did not fly out. He met me halfway. So I think we met in Chicago. I don't know where we met, but he was like messaging me like, oh, you know how like you sit in little living rooms, not little living rooms, like right before you board the plane, you sit in these little sections. But for whatever reason, they kept on switching my section, right? Like on the last plane I was gonna get on. So he kept on messaging me like, oh, like where are you sitting, blah, blah, blah. And I thought it was weird. So for a minute I didn't answer and I was just eating my Cheetos, pulling my maleta and just like trying to get to the next spot because I didn't want to miss my plane. Well, I saw him, like it was like out of a movie. We crossed paths. It was so romantic. He had actually planned it so that he had actually planned it in such a way that we would be flying half of the trip together to Ohio. It was super romantic. It was just beautiful. The issue was, I think he thought I had switched seats somewhere along the lines. You guys, I read the ticket wrong. And so we were all like, we were so happy. We were like kissing and holding hands and it was so cute and romantic. And he saw, and he sat across from me like 5 rows up. And he kept on looking back during the flight and, you know, just like, you know, like making faces like, oh, I'm so sad, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But there was a guy sitting next to him, so I didn't want to like move seats and sit right next to my boo when we would make the other guy next to us uncomfortable. This was before Rona time, so I wasn't worried about that. But guess what? I was supposed to be sitting with him the whole time, but I read my ticket seat wrong. This is why we ended up not being together, because I destroyed his beautiful moment. I sat for like 4 or 5 hours. Oh, I don't know how long. Maybe I'm being dramatic. But I sat by myself because I misread my ticket seat. Regardless, I could have switched with the older gentleman that was next to him and we would have been great because the plane was mostly like more than half empty. But I was so embarrassed after when we landed and he was like, oh, I didn't know you like switch seats and, you know, I would love to sit with you, blah, blah, blah. I was so upset when when I realized it was a mistake on my part and we could have sat together the whole flight and held hands and it would have been great, and he definitely laughed at me, but it's fine. And then on that trip we actually went hiking, and you guys, I'm not like the best hiker, but he slipped because over there it's like super cold and it rains and there's snow. So tell me why he just like randomly slipped, and I was laughing so hard. I shouldn't have been laughing, that was rude of me, but I'm the type of person that when I laugh like from my stomach, you know, like down here. And if you can visualize that, people who laugh like from way deep in their stomach shake, like you're laughing but like your whole body is moving. Tell me why I was shaking so much that even though I was standing like in place, one of my feet slipped and I bounced on the freaking mud. Like literally bounced like a cartoon. Like my butt went like boom, boom, boom. And he could not stop laughing at me. Like, it was really funny, and in the moment I was just like, karma got me. I'm so mad. So that was like a devastating moment for me, but it's okay. I learned, and now I try not to laugh at people when shit happens to them. Now I try to like help them, you know? Let's move on to a time where it wasn't a date, but people around us thought it was a date, so it was super, super awkward. So me and my friend went out to celebrate. We were just friends. I thought everything was good up until, like, I'm really competitive, so when we were like playing games, like, people were just like looking at us and just like smiling, you know? And there was a moment where like our hands touched, and I was like, oh, is this a date? Because we're just supposed to be friends. And then it was super awkward because some people he knew like arrived to the place where we were at, and then he totally started ignoring me, and they were gonna go to like a kickback after, but it was already getting late. It was like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go home. He didn't offer to take me home. You know, like, I know this is just a friend thing, but like, you brought me, dude. He basically told me I could go home if I wanted, and I was like, ah, devastated. Well, here comes the really, really, really embarrassing part. I told them I would call a Lyft. I started saying bye to like the people that, you know, had arrived and were talking to him, and they all thought we were on a date. So then they were like, oh, why are you leaving? Like, blah, blah, blah. So I had to lie and say that I had a stomachache. But instead of calling a Lyft, I called my ex. And so he picked me up, and it was super embarrassing telling him the story of how this is my friend, but I wasn't sure if he thought it was a date, and then his friend showed up, and oh, you guys, it was the most embarrassing thing in the world to have to lie to people, and then to have to tell this whole story to my ex, and my ex is just driving me home like, you called me for this? Oh, the amount of bad choices I've made is terrible, terrible. But I was like so much younger. 4 years? I don't remember. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was like not recently. So I think I'm gonna give myself a pass for that. But it was super, super embarrassing. And then last but not least is the onion story. Oh, the onion story drives me nuts. This was not that long ago. This was like less than 6 months ago. And this is why I carry all kinds of gum, mint, Altoids in my purse at all times, no matter what, because this scarred me for life. And I'm sure you know where I'm going. So we went to a restaurant. I think I ordered something that had onion or garlic. I can't remember. But I'm never that girl who's like, oh, I'm not gonna eat that. No. If it looks good, I'm gonna order it and I'm gonna eat it. So I order it, you know, great dinner, great conversation, blah, blah. Like, we're in the car now. It's the end of the night. And we start making out. Tell me why I got a hint of like onion, like a smell, right? A sniff. And I was like, ooh, is that him? But I didn't say anything. I kept on going. And then I was like, I tasted it and I was like, oh, it's me. No. Okay, so I stopped him and I was like, is it me? Do I smell like onion / garlic? And he was like, I'm devastated. I am so embarrassed that he couldn't just smell it. He could also taste it. And I could smell it and taste it too. And it was the worst thing ever. And then I think, like, he tried to be nice about it. And he's like, I was going to ask you for gum for me. And then I figured you would take gum for you. And I was like, I didn't have gum on me, so I would have been even more devastated had he asked. Mind you, we ended up going to a liquor store and I got gum and it was fine. But the point is that after that, I have never stepped out of the house again without some sort of mint, because you never know when you're gonna have stinky breath from some food that you ate, and then now you're that girl who has garlic breath. Oh, yeah. That was embarrassing. I hope that one of these things makes you feel good or laugh or something. And if you're having a shitty date or something happens, try to remember one of these stories, because I don't think it'll get this bad. I really don't. But yeah, those were some embarrassing stories. I hope you enjoyed, because just remembering them kind of brought PTSD or something. Like it brought back some trauma, but it's okay. I actually filmed a video previously sharing other embarrassing stories. I'll link it down below. Just Thematics being a little shady. They're the music website that I use, and I didn't credit them for one of their songs, so they're not letting me monetize on that video. Ugh, they're like so ridiculous right now, but it's okay. I'll still link it down below because you guys can hear other embarrassing stories if you choose to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't know if I should film this, but you know, whatever. I do want to get back to telling more story times and chisme videos and doing Q&As and stuff, so I still had fun. Like, I'm over here all acting embarrassed, you know, like being like toda, like some type of way, but nah, I'm good. This is all in the past, and I'm ready for like a fresh new start. And embarrassing moments are gonna happen. That's life. It is what it is. But yeah, with that said, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you take care of yourself, and remember that I love you so, so much. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye. Mwah.
And often we're reminded to enjoy each day and find it in ourselves to show some gratitude for every moment through and through. I try so hard to just be present, mom will slip the adolescence. I can't help but wonder, but I guess I'll never know it. What the other book looks like.